Yay. Thank you, Amy. This happens sometimes. You guys can come in, I get connected to your energy and I get channeling and I completely forget to record. So let me just say, welcome to you guys here today. Thanks for coming. And I'm excited to get these messages out. I love doing this work. The synchronicity and the alignments and the messages that get delivered through this work sometimes just blow me away. And I just want to share with you guys something that happened in the members readings before I get started. And then I'm going to read Bobby because her dad is so strong in my head that it's hard to keep track of my own thoughts. But he's going to let me tell you guys what happened. Because how many times do you guys hear me? And I know everybody here has heard me read before, so I can just talk like we're on a live, right, guys? How many times do you guys hear me say, ask and you shall receive, right? So what you need to understand is that your loved ones are not gone. They are still here with you. They don't have a physical body anymore to communicate with you in a physical way, but they use their energy, their non-physical energy. Your soul's energy doesn't just poof go away when your body dies. It's still here. And they use their energy to use synchronicity and alignment to put you in exactly the right place at exactly the right time at exactly the right moment to bring you what you've asked for. Now, when I say that, you have to understand that some of you are asking for things, or you think you're asking for things, but you're actually pushing them further away. So you have to be careful on how you ask for things, because what I mean by that is that if you think something's not possible and you don't even try, then you don't ask them for those. Okay, I'm getting this all mixed up. Hold on a second. Bobby, take your mute off for me
Yes.
a minute.
Yes.
This is definitely for you, let me just say. Because as I'm
Okay.
saying this, he said, stop here. This is for her. Before you go any further, make sure she understands this is directly for you. And then I'm coming right to you. Okay.
Okay.
So, because I think you're asking for something, but you're actually pushing it away from you instead of drawing it to you, because the universe gives you what you focus on. So if you're saying, I don't have something in my life, I don't have a job, I don't have a job, I don't have a job, where is there a job? Please give me a job. You're telling the universe you don't have something, so you're going to get more of what you don't have. When you tell the universe and your loved ones, and because you understand they're not gone, that they can help bring to you whatever you ask for, then they deliver. But you have to be able to see outside of the boundaries. So you have to forget about what you think is possible or not possible and just ask for what you need. So this is what I'm trying to explain. So this morning, so if you guys know about the members, right? What I do members readings. So the THM Club is $15 a month. Bobby, you used to be a member. It's funny that he brought you here today because you haven't been here for a while, and you used to be a members and you stopped being a member right as we started doing the Zoom because it was too complicated, but yet here you are on a Zoom where there's a will, there's a way. I digress. Let's come back to this, is that my members readings are every Tuesday and Saturday. And part of the membership for $15 a month is, yes, you get a message every single month and you can come to all the members readings that are twice a week. But also when you buy a membership, your name goes into the members bag. If you buy a 6-month membership, your name goes in there once. If you buy a 1-year membership, your name goes in there 3 times. And once a month, I pull a name from the members bag and that person wins a free reading, a free private reading. So this morning, one of my members messaged me, and I just read for her last week. And so she messaged, maybe like even 10 days ago, she messaged me this morning about an hour and a half before members. And she said, Tracy, I know you just read for me and I'm only supposed to get 1 message a month. But something came up in my world and I really need your message today. Is there any way that you would be able to read for me today? So she didn't focus on the boundaries, right? I just want to point that out. She didn't go, oh, I'll never get a reading today because I already had a reading. She just went, oh, I need a reading. Forget about those boundaries. I'm going to ask and you shall receive. And you know what happened? Well, today just happened to be the day that, and she didn't know this, nobody knew this. Today just happened to be the day that I updated the members bag. Now, I want you guys to see how many, as I throw them around. Don't worry, I'll make sure that I don't lose any. There's hundreds of names in here, you guys, because some people have their name in here 10, 15 times. I've had the membership thing for years now. There is hundreds of tickets in here. So anyway, just happened to message me today, and right on the same day that I was updating the members bag, and I haven't pulled a name out of the members bag for 2 months, almost 3 months now, because of the move and everything that's been going on. So today I caught up. First name I pulled, like I told her when she messaged me, I was like, yeah, come to members. I'll see what I can do. Didn't ask any questions. Pulled the or took out the members thing, and the first name that got pulled today was hers. Literally, her spirit heard that she needed the message, so bam, they pulled it. And what's even more ironic than that is her grandma died 3 days ago. 3 days ago. That's why she needed this message, because she just had one a week and a half ago, but that was before her grandma died, and her grandma died suddenly and unexpectedly. So when she died, she said, Grandma, I need to know that you're here. I need a message from you. Tracy, can you give me a message? I know I just already had one, but I need one anyway. And her grandma said, ask and you shall receive. And she made sure that everything is timed and aligned. She died exactly when she needed to, so that she would, Beta would be at the exact right day, at the exact right time, when I'm going to pull the members bag, so that she can get her the free message at 1 hour reading, so that she gets the messages from her grandma to know she's at peace. That woman hasn't even been dead for a week yet. She's a master at alignment and synchronicity and communication, I'll tell you that. When I tell you guys that you have to ask and you shall receive, now that's what I'm talking about. Bobby, that's what I'm talking about for you. That's what your dad really needs you to know, sweetie, is that whatever's going on in your world right now, your cards were just showing that, right? That there's some kind of redirection coming in, and it feels like around work. And correct me if I'm wrong, it's like you've been feeling stuck or whatnot for some time around this. Yes?
Yeah, well, and also too, hubby just lost his job at the end of August.
Yeah. So this is why your dad is saying, ask and you shall receive. And it's funny that you're here today of all days, when that just happened this morning. You guys hear me say all the time, there's no such thing as fluke, random, or chance, and that our loved ones operate with divine synchronicity and alignment. So the fact that, and it's not an accident in the order these messages come through, because sometimes they will make sure that I have to read for this person before I read for that person, so that the messages make sense to everybody involved. Does that make sense? So long story short, what your dad wants you to know is that to ask for what you need. So don't focus on, I can't have a job, we don't have a job, oh my God, we're gonna die, like everything's gonna go to hell. Like, don't let your mind go down that train of thought. Remember, your dad's up there, he loves you immensely, and he's gonna send you what you need. He's giving you shoes. Do the kids need new shoes? Who needs new shoes?
The middle kid.
Here's the thing, don't focus on not having enough money, or it's like, I don't have enough money to buy you new shoes, or I can't buy you those expensive shoes. Don't say that. Say, all right, Dad, your granddaughter wants expensive shoes, or your grandson wants the expensive shoes, so you need to send those shoes. And you watch them get donated, or you watch like how they use synchronicity and alignment to bring it to you. And when they come to you, you're going to feel your dad's presence, because you know you just asked him for that, and then it came into your world. Are you kidding me? Just like Beta, or my member did, sorry if I said your name in blue confidentiality, just like my member did this morning. She asked for what she needed, and instantaneously it arrived. The big message around you right now, sweetie, that your dad needs you to know is that this is not you being buried. You're being repotted. Did you hear that message yesterday?
Yeah, I did.
So if you can trust that, and you can start being specific and tell him what you need, tell him what gifts you need for the kids, tell him what car you need, tell him what job you need, tell him what groceries you want, tell him what message you need, and he's going to send it your way. So this damn dad. Okay, I want to, now that all that's being said, he's trying to bring somebody else in, and I didn't even do a connection exercise with you yet. Because here's the thing, the reason why I can deliver all that without even doing a connection exercise is because I know this sounds really bad, but forgive me because it's the only analogy that makes sense. Your dad's soul energy has been following me around for the last 2 hours, and there's this excitement to deliver this message that has been bubbling up. And for me, it almost feels like gas. It's like having to let go of a big fart. It's like I can't hold it in anymore. I just had to get that message out because it's been pouring through me for the last 2 hours. So now that I got that out, we can connect and see what the rest of what he has to say. Because it feels like you've lost somebody else in the family. He's trying to bring somebody else through. Oh no, this is grandma. This is your grandma. Okay, you ready to do this, hun?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. Your feet are on the ground, they said. There, she's in position, is what your dad said. Like you've done this before. Okay. Feet on the ground, close your eyes. I want you to take a deep breath, and I want you to picture that deep breath starting at your big toe, slowly pulling it all the way up through your body, and then blow it directly towards me. And give me a minute to focus. Okay. So I don't know if any of you can hear that. Did you hear that goose honking outside my window?
Yeah, I was laughing.
It's dark, Bobby. When do birds fly in the dark? I can't hear you. You keep putting
Oh, yeah, the Canadian geese fly over my house at night.
So here's the thing. They don't, that's not natural for birds. You understand that birds sleep in the dark. They don't fly usually in the dark. The fact that I bet you nobody else here has heard can I speak today? Canadian geese flying over their house in the middle of the night. No, that's not a common thing. The fact that that Canadian goose started honking in the dark, right as I connect to your loved one's energy, and you say, "Oh, that's what they've been doing around me." That's a message from your dad and your grandma. I'm telling you, he's got your grandma here, and I think that's his mom, the short one. He said, "Is that
No,
that's your mom's mom?"
yeah,
Because the fact that he would say the short one tells you which grandma that he's talking about here.
yeah,
Um,
that's my mom's mom.
she gave you the rose, which is my symbol for birthday, anniversary, or a date that happens once a year. I see the two dates close together. Is this either this means that her birthday was around? It feels like around Christmas. Do you know if she passed around Christmas or if her birthday was
No,
around?
I know what she's talking about because my husband's birthday's on the 7th and then our anniversary's on the 9th.
Thank you. Okay, because she's giving you the rose, taking me to Christmas, showing me the two dates close together around Christmas. They want you to know that they're there with you, hun. They want you to know that if you tell them what you need, they will send it to you. But if you're focused on seeing this as a bad thing and seeing this as an injustice, then it will develop that way. And they can't go against your free will and make it develop in a different. It's like this: if you plant an apple seed, what's gonna sprout up? Oranges?
No,
Apples.
yes.
He kissed your cheek and he's like, "Sweetie, we're here." I could feel the frustration in your world around you. He's like, "This is good," but he's like, "But I promise you, this is going to be the best Christmas you've had in a while." Your grandma says she's here because she's thanking you for all the talking you've been doing to her lately. You talk to her all the time as well, and he gets all the credit for being around you. So this time, because I read for you before and your dad always comes in, but this time she's coming in. She doesn't, and I see curly hair. Did you just curl your hair or does she have curly hair? Because she's showing me specifically the curly hair.
My hair is naturally curly.
I don't remember it being curly, but that's,
Oh, because it's easy, because it was always either up in a bun or I would straighten it.
do you get that from her? Are you named after her? Because when you said that, she showed me this sign, which is named after or just like.
No,
She's still
I
showing,
get I get the curly hair from my biological dad.
which is this guy right here.
No,
Now you're confusing me, sweetie. This,
no, the dad that's crossed over is the one that raised me from a year and a half.
oh, I understand. See, the reason why that's confusing to me is because I've never ever felt any other father around you, and I've read for you many times before. It's been a while, but I have read for you before, and I knew you when my kid was our kids went to school together a number of years ago. Um, but I don't think that's ever been brought up before. So I think what they're doing right now is this dad here. First of all, let me just say the dad that I've always connected with didn't like the fact that we said that he's not your biological father because he's your dad in every sense of the word.
Oh yeah, most definitely, yes.
Um, But I think what he's doing, because he's trying to show you that you have a lot more help on the other side than you think you do. And for them to bring up your biological family now, because there is a woman stepping forward doing this. You get that from me, you get that from me, you get that from me. And I know it's the mother of the father figure, so I just assumed it was his mother. You see what I'm saying? So your
Yeah, I know what you're
biological
saying.
mother's on the other, or biological grandmother.
Yes.
Did she have dementia or an inability to communicate before she passed by any chance?
No.
You say no, but let me say that differently. You didn't.
No, no, that could have been his mother.
Okay, his mother needs to stand over there for a second. No, this is her. But you're right. When she gets too close, that gets emphasized because she had a different kind of communication issue. But the grandmother that's trying to come through is making me synchronize with a communication issue because she wasn't able to communicate with you before. Now, whether that means because you didn't actually have a relationship with her or whether that's because she was in a state of not being able to communicate. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
She's still emphasizing. You see how much better I can talk now? Now that we've emphasized there was a communication breakdown there. Your dad keeps
yeah,
bringing everybody forward to let you know that you've got so much help on the other side. And this grandmother wants you to know that she loves you and is watching over you as well. She showed me the rose colored glasses, which is my symbol for seeing things differently on that side than she did when she was here in the physical world. And I feel like, and she's showing me the life review, which is where I view my life through everyone else's eyes. And I feel like she just wants you to know, like, she made some mistakes here in the physical world, but she's hurt people, right? And now that she's on that side and she can see everything and she's in love, light, and peace, if she could have gone back and done things differently, she would have. But just know that she loves you and that she's on your team as well. That if there's any, like when you talk to them, that if you ask them for what you need, they will send it. I feel like there was people talking about her recently. Do you understand
wasn't
that?
me. Yeah, it wasn't me.
You say that, I don't know if I believe you. So here's the thing. She's like, I promise you I'm good. I promise you I'm good. I promise you I'm good. So and I see this, which is struggle or challenge. Did she make things difficult in your family, hun? What does that mean?
She played favorites.
Got
She
ya.
didn't like she only liked my her youngest daughter's children. She didn't like the rest of her grandkids.
Got ya. See, and I don't know that. So when her soul comes forward, you see why she's showing me the rose colored glasses? You see why she's showing me the life review? You see why she's giving you that message that now that I see this differently, I wish I could have gone back and done it differently?
Hmm.
So they kind of pushed her back again. Um, your your mom's grandma just gave your mom's mom, not your mom's grandma, your mom's mom just gave you a suitcase. And I see travel coming up, and she's talking about it's long overdue, and you're planning it in the spring. What's going on in the spring, and who lives in the east? Because you're in Calgary, right?
Yeah.
Who's in the east?
East.
East would be
Yeah, I
like
know. I'm just
towards Ontario or like Saskatchewan, Manitoba.
well, hubby has family in Toronto, and he's got family in New Brunswick.
Your hubby does.
Yeah,
Isn't that
I
interesting?
I have a friend that moved to Medicine Hat.
Which is also east. But two things I want to say about this because hold on.
Well, it doesn't matter. So farm animals are
Isn't that interesting? They just told me to wait 1 second. And then when I wait 1 second, who do I hear in the background? Your husband.
fine.
This is what I'm telling you. They will synchronize the messages they want you to get. So I wasn't quite sure if we were talking about husband's family in the East or your family in Medicine Hat. And they said, hold on 1 second. Boom, husband's voice in the background. That's who they're talking about. Okay. Your dad just pushed all of them aside and he's like stepping so that all I can hear is his energy. I still feel immense confusion every time he tries to connect to you. What is this confusion about, honey? Is there something that you're about right now?
Hang on a second.
Are they laughing at me?
No, no, he's watching a show. No, I have no idea. The only thing that I can think of is we're, I don't know, basically just work.
That's what I thought. But he needed out of that job anyway.
Oh yeah, most definitely, yes.
Your dad said, okay, we can sum this up with one card, which is what I was trying to do when we started this. That's how we started. That's how we're finishing it. I just didn't know what they were trying to tell me until we went through all of that. Here's the thing, your dad sees what's going on in your world, and if you can tell him what you need, he will send it. And when he sends it right after you ask, it's going to be mathematically impossible to be fluke, random, or chance. Those birds you keep hearing, those are signs that he's seeing you. He's up here, he's watching over everything that's happening right now. He's not gone. He's literally honking at you like, hello, I'm right here. But he can't interrupt your free will. If you want to choose to be stressed about the situation, then you can be stressed about it, or you can be curious. Here's what you heard that live the other day, right? Where it's like,
Yeah.
my landlord made me move. I didn't want to move. But when you ask, why is this happening right now? You get the answer. And when you get the answer, you understand the why. And it turns out that it was happening for me and put me in a better place. So your
Yeah.
dad's saying, send or ask him to show you the why, and he will show it to you. And I have a feeling it has something to do with giving your husband the flexibility that he needs so that you guys can travel, so that you can go and see his family, so you can go and see your friend, so that you guys have the ability to live the life that you wanted to live, but you felt restricted in the past and you felt those boundaries around you. So you haven't been able to do those things because he's given you the suitcase. He's saying he's opening this up for you, that you will be able to travel. And that's part of why your husband lost his job right now, because it wasn't a good fit.
No.
But God never takes it away until what's better, what's meant for you is ready. See? Oh, okay. Communication. This is things coming in fast. This card, the Eight of Wands, literally is one of the fastest cards in the deck. Can you see the wands? Can you see the speed behind the wands?
Yeah.
They like whoosh. This
Yeah.
brings in communication and things happen fast. The turnover will be fast. If you see it as being blocked and stuck and happening to you, then it will go long. If you get down on your knees and say, thank you for letting me rent the Cockroach Hotel. I don't know why you wanted me to do this, but I know it was for a reason. Or in your case, thank you for Mike losing his job. It's Mike?
Yeah.
I heard it in my head. I didn't remember. Thank you for Mike losing his job because it was a bad job and he's getting a better one. Thank you for making him lose his job right now and showing us why it's happening right now. And thank you for aligning us with the best job that he never would have had he not lost the old one. This is online.
Hmm.
He's online looking for work right now, right?
Yeah.
Page of Swords is a new idea, and it's also online. It's the card that always comes up when you're doing a lot of online work. It controls the thoughts. Communication about something online is coming up. And here's what I love about this is that it's something that he has passion for. It's something that he likes to do. Whatever job he was just in was not what he liked to do. This that is coming into his world feels like something he's done before, because the Knight of Wands comes in and goes out and comes in and goes out. But this is telling, I'm not saying that his job's going to go away again. What I think this is saying is it's reigniting it's a very passionate card. So this is telling me that communication is coming in online very soon, of this new job coming in his world. That's going to be something that he can be passionate about and that he will love. Look
Yeah,
at,
because he drove for a living and he doesn't want to drive anymore.
yeah. What does he do that he loves? I hear engine.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
Does he like working with cars or around cars or?
Not really.
It's interesting because I hear engines and I don't know. It could be so many different things, right? What I do know is that the card on the bottom of the deck, which is the card that influences the rest of them, is manifestation, which is really interesting considering that's your dad's big message for you. Ask and you shall receive. The magician in the tarot is literally that. He's creating his world as he goes. Abracadabra. Ask and you shall receive. Don't focus on the boundaries of the limitations. There are no boundaries and limitations where your dad is concerned. And yes, do know that your mom's or your biological dad's family, I think this was as much of a apology as they ever give on the other side, if that makes sense. Um, she just wants you to know that you're loved from her as well. And I don't know what that communication that has been being talked about around her has been. You have some sisters as well, don't you? Because she said, I see a bunch of girls.
Yeah, I have an older sister and a younger sister.
That's what I mean. So somebody has been talking about that side of the, is it everybody's dad?
No, okay, so the grandma that you're talking about uh is my, I'll call him my stepdad. It's his mother. And then I have a half sister with a different dad and a younger sister with a different dad.
Interesting. So maybe it's that scenario, as you said that, she's like, yeah, they were just talking about this. So maybe you weren't specifically speaking about her, but you were talking about all the different dads. You were talking about your biological family. Somebody was, because she's telling me that she's stepping forward because of the recent conversation about that side of the family.
Oh, okay, yeah. I don't know, about 2 weeks ago, I was having a conversation with my mom about the sperm donor.
See, that's what I'm telling you. And that's why she's like, you were talking about me. And you're like, no, we weren't. I certainly was not. She's like, I call bullshit. Just saying. They hear everything that's going on. They hear what you're saying. And when you talk about them and you think about them, they're right here. It is literally impossible for you to think about somebody that's not with you. Just like it's literally impossible for you to smell poop if there's none in the vicinity. You can smell poop and not see poop, right?
Yeah.
But if you smell it and your brain interprets that smell as poop, because once you've smelled something, then you know what it smells like. And so when you re-smell that, you will know what that is in your mind. You don't just smell something like that and go, oh, I'm just imagining the smell of poop. You know that if you're smelling it, and you're understanding what that smell is, that it's because it's somewhere in your vicinity. Please understand that when you're thinking of your dad and your loved ones, it's because they're right there. You are smelling their energy and interpreting it in the form of your thoughts. When you talk about them, you're thinking about them. And when you're thinking about them, they're with you every single time. Make sense?
Yeah.
And
I'm
not,
just wondering.
yeah.
I'm just wondering, my cousin, she passed away, I don't know, a couple months ago. I'm just wondering, is she okay?
Bobby, part of me wants to shake you because I've been having trouble speaking this whole time. Blah, 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 blah. There's a communication issue. There's a disconnect issue. When we first sat down, I said, "Do you have a focus?" Remember?
Yeah.
And you were like, "No, that's all good. It's no focus." And I've had your dad keep trying to bring in all of these people. Now, here's what's going on. I think I just understood when you asked me that question, is that pain and grief and trauma, they distort the energy field around us, making it difficult for me to connect to those energies that are in pain and grief and trauma. It distorts the energy field like water distorts sound. You can still hear underwater, but it will sound. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
So what's going on is I can feel that there's some kind of energy over there, and I can feel your dad keep trying to bring in all these people, and I don't know why, but he knows. As soon as you asked me that, that disconnect and that confusion is huge. Remember I said this confusion is huge. Why is this confusion is huge? What am I feeling? You're like, I don't know. This is what I'm feeling. I'm feeling the distorted energy around your cousin's passing. So let me just say to all of you, if you guys want me to connect to somebody specific, tell me that when I say what's your focus so I can go right there. But let me say this. It's a girl.
Yeah.
She goes to the breath. She says, because you know how they take me through their passing from their perspective, not from yours, right? She takes
Mhm.
me to the breath. I feel like she quoted her last memory is this breathing thing. I've got I don't know if this is like overdose or if
Yes.
you see what I'm saying? The spinning, the confusion, the
Yeah, she overdosed.
she's been trying to connect this entire time. Your dad's been trying to bring her forward. All your grandmas have been coming forward because you don't have any pain or grief around their passing. And usually they come forward and act as sweepers. You have so much pain and grief around her passing, and you didn't give me a focus, so I couldn't connect to her. I'm telling you, honey, your dad, and that's not a mistake, the fact that you didn't give me your focus. It was meant to be that way so that you can see that if you don't have a clear focus in what you want, they can't give it to you. You
Mhm.
understand that?
Yeah.
Okay, so now let me give you the message from her is that she's feeling better in the mind now. That confusion that she was in for a long time is gone. It was definitely not purposeful. I can feel the talk about did she do this on purpose or was it accidental? Was it on purpose or was this accidental? I don't think it was on purpose, but I don't think that she cared either way. Does that make
Yeah,
sense?
I know. Yeah, totally.
I can feel the
Because
difference.
it wasn't her first time ODing.
That's what I'm saying. I can feel the difference between a soul that took drugs once and ended up passing away, or like took them recreationally every now and then, and it was just, the wrong drug or something like that. And I can feel a soul that has been addicted for some time, and that's her. She's free of that pain now. She's absolutely free of that pain. Does she have curly hair as well?
No,
Because she's talking about the curly hair. She's the one that's bringing up the curly hair. Is your hair curly right now?
kind of.
Has it been a while since you've seen her? Because I feel like she's talking about how great it is to see you again. And she's showing me distance or space, which is my symbol that either she was a distance away from you before she passed, or it's been a long time since you've connected or you've communicated.
Both.
And she's looking at your hair and she's like, look at the curls, look at the curly hair. Just like you. She's showing me your daughter's a little mini you. She's talking about being so grateful that she can talk again, she can communicate with you again. Some of these birds have been her sending you dimes. She's sending you the symbols that she wants you to know that she's around. Uh,
Actually, I found a dime on the ground like 2 months ago.
Hmm. She said she sent you more than that, but look down. She's like, she's teasing you about being short. Have She was short too, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Because your dad said, look who's talking. She goes, for somebody short, you sure don't look down very much. She's going to be there for you or with you guys for Christmas. And she's excited to spend Christmas with a real family. It feels like her family was kind of separated or kind of disconnected. And so she's very excited to be with you and your kids and your husband because it feels like Christmas with your family is very fun. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
She's showing me the burial spot or where she's laid to rest is being a distance away. Where is she laid to rest?
In BC.
Got ya. So you don't have to go there to pay your respects. You just have to talk to her and she can hear you. Please know she's at peace now. But listen, their big message to you, honey, is ask for what you need. Be specific right off the hop. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's really interesting. As they're pulling their energy back, your dad just gave your husband new underwear. I don't know what that means. I don't know if he needs new underwear. I don't know why he's doing that. You're laughing. Do you understand the message?
Yes.
Was there some conversation about this recently?
Uh, th- he was getting dressed and he grabbed a pair of underwear and they were full of holes. And I made a comment. I said, Jesus, do you think you fart enough? He's like, oh, it's just, air conditioning.
And I tell you, your dad's not missing a beat. I mean, not a beat. No. I hope that this helped, hun.
Oh, I did. Thank you so much. It's been so, so long. So yeah, no, this was very helpful.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. I'm going to let them pull their.
Thank you.
You're welcome, hun. Have an awesome rest of your night. And you can stay and watch the rest of the
Oh
messages.
yeah, no, I'm going to stay. I'm going to stay.
Okay. Just know it's not an accident in the order these messages come through in, you guys. So give me a second. I'm not sure where I'm going. Caitlin, I have to come to you first. I'm not sure why. Who do you want me to connect with? This is the grandpa, right? The gentleman that I see over your shoulder. Is that who you're wanting me to connect with tonight?
Yeah, whoever's coming forward.
Well, he's there, but there's also another energy over here. So when I asked you that question, the other energy kind of stepped back. So there was somebody else you were thinking about. You're not going to be, let me tell you something. I can feel it as you're saying this. But so here's the thing, you're not going to offend him by wanting this other person to come forward. He just wants you to know that he's always there too. Okay? Who do
Okay.
you want me to focus on? Who is this other soul?
Um, can you tell if it's like a younger soul?
Mm, all I know is I can remember the distorted energy. Who is this that you want me to connect with? And then
It's
feels like a female.
either my two grandfathers are on the other side. So I was thinking of both of them.
Okay, I have to giggle because what did I said? I said it feels like a female. And then they start laughing because okay, so you got the two grandfather energies, which feel like I see a grandfather here. I feel another soul here. And you know how they will give you one sign or symbol that will differentiate who's who because I can only kind of feel that.
Mm-hmm.
The one is definitely a more manly man than the other one, if you know what I mean. And so that's the one I normally talk to, I think
Yeah. Yeah,
because
that would be Jack.
the other guy, as he steps forward, this guy says it's the woman, it's the female grandfather, not me. I'm the man's man. That's the woman. Like he's teasing him about being feminine.
He was very He was a big jokester, but neither he wasn't feminine in any way. Like he's
Calling him
still
a
a manly
girl.
man.
He's so calling him a girl. It hasn't. Did they have a rivalry? Like I can feel humor and banter back and forth, back and forth. Like did these guys know each other? Because it doesn't
They
feel
knew each other and they loved each other. They knew each
okay.
other.
So it's not mean because it doesn't feel mean. It
No,
feels like they're back
no,
and
and
forth.
they were both jokesters, so they could just be messing around up there.
Can I say that? Can I say that? Can I say that? I'm feeling, let me say this again. I'm not going to say it. You're going to put the pieces together. I feel very strong, young female energy around you. Very
Strong young
strong,
female.
young soul female energy around you. For the sake of the public, can we just tell everybody?
Yeah.
I think they're talking about the baby.
I think Amy was on the was on last time. So I knew she already knew. And I know you know.
I just know that this has been a bone of contention with your family. Do you know what I mean? So what's
Yeah.
interesting about that is that I think they're talking about baby because
Okay.
you've gone through a lot of criticism from family members that have criticized your choice to go through with this pregnancy. So what I think is really fascinating about this is that I see the grandfather over here. See, I'm just the interpreter. I'm trying to put the pieces together,
Yeah.
right? But I see the grandfather over here. Then we bring through the other grandfather, and I got two grandfathers, and they're saying the girl, the girl, the girl, the girl. I think that they're bringing forward the girl, but it's not the other grandfather that's the girl. It's the young soul of the girl that you're carrying that they both have with them. And the reason why that's so meaningful is because you feel attacked and criticized from all of your family in the physical world. So your family that's in the non-physical world that sees everything going on is hanging out with the soul of your daughter on the other side. They're loving her and supporting her and you on the other side, and they don't care what anybody here thinks.
Yeah. Thankfully, it's only like two of my family members that have been giving me a hard time. Everybody else has been really happy and supportive about the news. But yeah,
Here's the thing. They
can't
just
make
said
them all happy.
they just said that they're giving you a hard time not because they don't want you to be happy, but because they're scared you won't be.
Yeah, I totally understand that.
That's a huge difference though, right?
Hmm.
There's certain people that don't want you to be happy, and there's a difference between jealousy and giving you a hard time and
Yeah,
like, you can't, but then there's the reassurance of once they see that you got this, once they see
yeah,
that there's so much support around you, not just in the physical world, but in the non-physical world too, they will be able to relax and enjoy this as well. They're so
yeah.
proud of you for the changes you're making. Are you moving? They're giving you boxes. It's in motion, is what I heard.
I'm gonna have to move. Yeah, eventually. Not, I, they're probably saying that because I don't want to move yet. I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, there's no rush until the baby's here or until even the baby's like 6 months old because the baby's going to be in a bassinet with me. And it's like, I have a fairly big home and it's just my son and I. And so it's not like I'm running out of room, but eventually maybe we'll need their own room. And
So when he says it's in motion, he's saying, see, you're quite comfortable where you are right now, so you're not vibrationally creating where you want to go.
yeah,
Create where you want to go so that by the time you physically get there, it's all laid out for you.
yeah,
And then he gave you the bassinet. The other grandfather that's not the one that I usually talk to is really grateful to have a chance to contribute to the conversation. He's making me feel like he doesn't usually come forward. Is he the smoker?
yeah. And no, he doesn't normally come forward. And so before I hopped on, I I talked to both of them and I was like, I want like you to come forward this time. And so
Aw. Oh, I love that, that they didn't let
my
you.
grandpa Jack always is so strong and he's right there. And I feel like he doesn't necessarily give other people a chance to come forward for
You
me.
know what? It's because I feel his energy so strongly. And like you saw,
Yeah.
I went right there. I'm like, okay, so
Mhm.
Grandpa's right here. Is that who you want me to connect to? And what did you
Yeah.
say? You're like, well, okay, whoever, it's okay. And and what did they do? They showed me that that's not what you wanted. Even though you
Yeah.
said that, I can feel that that's not what you wanted and that's not what you asked for. So the souls utilize their energy to make sure that they gave you what you asked for.
Yeah.
Ask for what you want, ask for what you need, and they will deliver it in all ways. And start asking long before you actually need it. It's like pre-order. It's like when you reserve your spot at a restaurant. You know you're going to be there at this time and at this place. So just call ahead and reserve your spot.
Yeah.
He's giving you a bassinet. Do you have a bassinet still?
No, I got rid of the one that I had for him because it had been passed down to me and a couple babies have used it and it I just didn't hold on to it. So I've already been looking at them.
They're excited to bring you one. I'm telling you right now, because they're just talking about ask for what you want and they will send it, right? Vibrationally
Yeah.
create what you need and they will bring it your way. And then they're giving you a bassinet. And I know you have a 2-year-old, so I was like, well, she probably already has one. And so they know that you
Now I
do.
have everything else, but I didn't keep the bassinet. I held on to everything, but
Then they gave you books. Are you doing school while you're at home with baby?
I've been looking into programs. And yeah, I'm going to be completing a program online here.
Like during your pregnancy, you're taking advantage of this pregnancy to stay home and get
Yeah.
free.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, they are so proud of you.
Yeah.
You're watching your son. Is he in daycare? Because your grandfathers just both have shotguns and are walking with him, and I feel like I'm in daycare or I'm at a day home.
I'm actually interviewing with a couple of daycares right now for him
Thank you.
because I am ready to put him in daycare. Uh, him and I have had such a close bond. I literally haven't been ready up until now. I'm just like, I love being home with him and I can't get these moments back, you know? But socializing with other kids and getting into daycare, it's going to be great for him, his development, everything. And so I have made the decision to put him into daycare and I'm just waiting to pick the right fit.
They're helping you with that, and they've got your back on that side. Wherever he goes, they're showing me both there with that shotgun.
The shotgun thing is absolutely hilarious, I will say, because Grandpa Jack always was carrying something or another. Um,
He's
my
training the other guy. The other
my
grandfather.
prepare, not so much,
I know. That's why he's the female. That's what your grandpa
but
did.
I can feel, but I can feel that he would still bring forth that energy no matter what. He's very protective of myself, like my biggest advocate in life.
Still is, always will be. And they're
Yeah,
clearing the way, they're helping you. You're making some really mature and responsible and impressive decisions for you and your children's future. That doesn't mean
yeah,
they're easy, but they're really good. They're really going to be very fruitful in your life. And they require a lot of discipline. And these milestones, sending your child to daycare is a scary thing for your first child and your first experience. I remember how that feels. That's why I'm here, just so you know, because in my experience, I didn't have people that I could depend on, and I didn't know how to ask back then when I was a young mom 30 years ago for help. And, so one of my kids got hurt in that kind of scenario. And so I literally stopped working, took myself out of the matrix, so that I could stay home with my kids. And I had to live in poverty for a long time in order to do that. But I would rather live in poverty in a box under a bridge before I would take a chance of anyone letting anyone hurt my children ever again. So I had that mindset going on. So when you talk about putting your kids in daycare and stuff, they're coming forward going, don't worry, she's got help. And you have me to tell you how to connect with them and get them to help you.
Yeah.
So you have something I didn't back then, knowledge and wisdom. And they've got your back. And this is going to be really good with your son. This is going to be really good with you and with the baby that's coming in. And as they start pulling those energies back, they gave me two final messages. First of all, well, maybe three. Mom's dad, that's the one that is the new one that I don't usually talk to. Not Grandpa Jack. What's the other guy's name?
JC.
Grandpa JC. Was he a little pudgier than your Grandpa Jack? Because
In
one's
the
fine,
final,
one the
in his
girl.
final years, yeah, maybe. I love him, but yeah.
I can see the pudgy. I'm just telling you, they will show me what they
He
want you to see.
he was at the point of like he had an electric scooter and he wasn't very mobile, and so he definitely was putting on some more weight, like I'll say in the last like 2 years of his life. But
That's what he needs you to know, not no more. He's good on the other side. I saw him shed the weight and he's like, not so pudgy no more. And then this is two more things that I'm not sure how they relate. I saw the rainbows. Now, rainbows either mean that he sends you rainbows or that you have a connection with rainbows, or it means peace after a troubled time, because that's what rainbows usually symbolize to me, is peace restored after a troubled time. That's what they represent in the Bible. God's promise that he'll never flood the world again. So he put a rainbow in the sky after the flood, right? So
Well,
showing.
this baby, like I had a miscarriage last year, and so this is like my rainbow baby.
Oh, got ya. Oh, that's what that symbol means. I'm such an idiot. I'm a medium and I
No,
never.
you're
Okay,
not.
I am. Let me tell you something. You're right. I shouldn't say stuff like that. But let me tell you what I just thought. I hear people saying my rainbow baby all the time. I thought that meant the baby they lost, not a baby that's coming back after we
Yeah.
lost it. I call that reincarnation.
And another really weird, like I have goosebumps all over right now. I don't know if I ever told you this, but I was a twin and my mom lost one during pregnancy. And this baby is due like a couple days around my birthday. And so I just have this feeling
Was it
that
a
it's like the,
female twin?
my mom did not want to know the gender, so she wasn't sure. But I was like, she birthed one healthy baby, and I was a girl, and she doesn't know for
That's interesting.
the other one. But I have a feeling that it's my twin, like coming back to me, because like the fact that our birthdays would be so close and everything is just very
That's
not even.
they align themselves next to the date that they want you to think about so that you will know it's them.
Yeah.
My dad died on the exact same day his mother died. His mom died 11 years earlier on the exact same day, which is their way of letting me know that my grandma came and got my dad. You are absolutely correct. They use synchronicity and alignment to let you know messages like that. That is so
Yeah.
freaking cool.
Yeah.
Okay, the last thing is cornflakes or frosted flakes. What the heck?
Oh man, Kate, this pregnancy has been really, really different. Um, so far it's just like food aversions. There's nothing I want except for cornflakes or frosted flakes. Like if it isn't that, and like juice, like I've just been living on that and soda crackers.
That's hilarious. Oh, and when you say that, they just wrapped a big blanket all around you and cozied in with you, and they're keeping you warm. So you must have been
Well,
cold.
I'm under my blanket, so I don't know if
I'm telling
that's what
you,
they're referring to, but
they're with you. They see everything that's going on. Ask for what you need and they will send it. Keep talking to them because I promise you, they can see everything like that. How much more specific can you get?
mhm,
I can't know what kind of cereal and that's the only thing that you're eating. Like literally, I can't know
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Everything's going to be okay. That's what they need you to know. You keep doing this. You keep going one foot in front of the other. You keep doing what you need to do. You going back, you're making good choices now. You understand this. Your family is
Yeah.
scared that this is going to put pressure on you and that you're going to fall back to when you were in a painful place. But what they
Yeah.
don't understand is that this pressure is not burying you. It planted you.
No.
It planted you. You've been
Mhm.
planted and you're about to sprout opportunity and discipline and blessings and all the things that come from that. This is
Yeah.
some really good things are about to come in your world and you got a lot of support on the other side. Just know that they're seeing everything. Oh,
Thank you
I
so
can't wait to
much.
find out the sex of this baby. Because if this is not a girl, then girl, you better like stock up on birth control for a long time.
I already told you that I'm refraining from any type of sexual activity from this day forward.
Easier said than
One of my
done.
priorities as a mother of two will be
But
not to
you're
get pregnant again.
which is awesome. But here's the thing, just wait for the right one so that if it
Yeah,
happens, that you
yeah,
have all the support. And if it happens, it's a beautiful celebration and you never have to feel this again.
yeah,
All.
for
And then
sure.
and then as soon as you know you have that, have all the fun you want. But wait for that because I want to
Yeah,
share with you something that my grandma told me a long time ago. She said sex is like a fire. It's literally like a fire. When it is contained in the fireplace, it is safe and it is warm and it is nurturing and it is a beautiful thing that we can share with each other. And it can cook food for us. It can provide things for us. It can do a lot of amazing things for us. But when it is not contained, when it is not in that, think about the fireplace as a commitment. When it is not contained within that commitment, it is wild and it can cause damage and it can cause pain and it can be out of control and it can hurt you. But it's not always meant to be that way. If you wrap commitment and love and loyalty around it, it can be a beautiful thing between two people. But wait for that because that's worth it.
for sure.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Tracy.
You're welcome. A little preachy. I heard the lady around this lady is like a little preachy, but we love it. Okay. Okay, Amy, I guess they're saving you for last, so just hold on because I'm coming down here to Becky. Becky, I don't know who this lady is, but she just shouted behind me, a little preachy, but I love it. Or behind you. That's interesting. Who do you want me to connect with, hun? Oh, I'll give you a second to take your mute off. Darn technology, hey?
There we go.
There we go.
I was looking to connect with either my brother or my dad. It might be my grandma.
Yeah. You know why I could see her? You know why they let me see her before your brother and your dad? Because A, you don't have as much grief around her passing, so it's really easy for me to see her. And B, she didn't want to be left out, so she knew you were going to ask for them, so she decided to hop on so that she could come too. And 3, because they are all 3 together. All 3. All right, you ready to do this? We're going to do a
Yep.
connecting exercise, okay? All right. Both feet on the floor for me. Are they on the floor?
Yep.
Interesting. Are you wearing rubber shoes?
Nope. I have my slippers off. I just have my socks on.
Perfect. Okay. Interesting why that message came through. Okay, both feet flat on the floor. I want you to close your eyes and then I want you to take a deep breath. Picturing that deep breath starting at your big toe, slowly pulling it all the way up through your body and then blow it directly towards me and give me a minute to focus. Okay. Huge puzzle dump coming through here. Give me a second because they're all kind of talking at once.
Yep.
This is your dad just said this is why she didn't ask you to come, Grandma, because Grandma's the one doing most of the talking. Here we go. The first message that comes through loud and clear is that they are all together. Then my face starts getting very itchy, like very, very itchy, which is my sign of disfiguration or that I did not look in death the way that I did in life. I feel the distorted energy, especially around your brother's passing, which is pain, grief, or trauma around somebody's passing. We already went through that earlier. Don't say it. He just told me not to say it again. We already went through that. So he's very precise. Feels like there's two different passings around them, but they're not separating, so I can't tell which is which. Feels like one passed very suddenly and unexpectedly, and the other one went very, like, it almost seemed like slow. Was your brother sick? Because he's showing me the body scan, which is, the body scan is my symbol for more than one issue in the body or pain throughout the body.
Nope, my dad was.
Okay. And your brother was the one that just went so quick, like instantaneously.
Yep.
So we're going to start with Dad. Let's start with Dad. It's important that you know that they're together, but your dad doesn't want you to remember him this way. I'll tell you that right now. And I want to clear that disfiguration feeling right away because I don't like that one. It makes me sneeze and makes my nose rub all the time. He's been there for some time though, because he's showing me distance or space, which is my symbol that either he's been on the other side for some time or he was a distance away, or there was an emotional distance or space before he passed. How do you understand that?
He died when I was 10 and I'm 29, so 19 years ago.
Been on that side for some time. Got ya. Slow this down. It's interesting. Before I go to your brother's energy, your dad has a few things to say. He's giving you the yellow rose, but I feel like it's for your mom. Your mom's still here in the physical world.
Yep.
Yellow rose is my symbol for friendship. So usually I will see the yellow rose if they were separated or divorced before they passed, or if your mom has remarried or has somebody new in her world now, then your dad will give the yellow rose as she's my friend, like he's offering friendship. Do you understand that?
Yep.
Is she remarried?
So they were separated when he passed. The week before he died, they actually had like a really good conversation that they ended on good terms. And she got remarried after his death. But when he was alive, she was with somebody, and they broke up. And then now she divorced my stepdad, and she actually reconnected with her ex-boyfriend when my dad was alive. So they got together 3 years ago, I would say.
Wow. So this is why your dad's still loving her and watching over her, but he just is the friend now. And he loves that you smiled about that because I can feel I don't want to say it's not embarrassment and it's not judgment, but it's almost like worry. Everybody's worried, like from this relationship to that relationship over here. Like, is she okay? Is this going to be okay? Your dad's
We were worried about her. Like, I used to actually live with her and everything. And then she moved. It's like near Toronto, so I'm about 4 hours away from her. So the whole family was worried about her big move. But now she's been there for 3 years. Like, we know she's okay.
Your dad's like, oh, she's more than okay. He says that with a grain of salt. He loves that for her, but he loves that, but he loves that for her. Can't say it any other way. There is a tinge of jealousy there, I will say. Not jealousy, but when she gets over here, she's mine. Just saying. That's my beautiful friend. And we might not have been able to make it work here in the physical world, but he's so grateful for that reconnection and that healing that he had before he died that she gave to him. He's like showing it to me as this big golden gift that she gave to him because it helped him free himself of the guilt he was carrying before he died. Because he's showing me that it just shed lots of guilt. Like he definitely had a lot of guilt he was carrying before he died. Okay, your brother, I want to go to him. Your brother's like, all right, old man, out of the way. But when I say that, I feel relief to be, is this his dad as well?
Yes. Yep.
Because I'll tell you something, I feel relieved to be reconnected with dad on this side because it's almost like I didn't know him. I know him so much better now. I know this, like I feel like I'm actually getting to know him.
When before my dad died, my brother was a teenager, and he was just in that teenager phase, I guess you could say. So they kind of butt heads. They were so much alike. And then it's really weird, like a week before my brother passed, my mom used to see a psychic. And apparently she had a dream that my dad came and got me and tried bringing me home. And I said, no, dad, I can't come with you. I have kids here. And he took my brother, and she called me and was like, is everything okay? And I was like, no, like Billy passed away. And she told me her dream that my dad came and got Billy.
Was that after he passed or before?
It was a week before he passed, but she called me after he passed.
Yeah. So your mom's a little bit psychic, and that's what I mean when I say that they never go away. And you guys have heard me say this a million times, and well, maybe you haven't, but I know Amy has for sure. A lot of people who've been watching for a long time hear me say this many times, and that is that, guys, can you stop talking and give me my thought back? Because that's not funny. Thank you. Is that they can see everything on the other side, the past, the present, the future. They can see it all. So when your dad sends your mom a thought or a dream like that to let her know, first of all, he's trying to prepare her so that she doesn't lose her freaking mind. It's like they're trying to give you a heads up, but at the same time, they're also trying to let you know that it's meant to be. It's not that he took your brother's soul instead of yours and your dad just plucked that out of your head and threw that on the garbage. He's like, no coulda, woulda, shoulda. There's no survivor's guilt here. It wasn't you or him. It was that here's see if you can follow this, okay? You must be ready for this kind of message. It's a little bit of an advanced message for some people, but you must be ready for it, okay? Do you understand what generational curses are? Generational chains?
Yeah.
See, we haven't even talked about how your brother died yet. But I am feeling the generational curse. Oh, when I said that, my head hurts. This is either overdose, car crash, something. Like my head.
He died of an overdose.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like I feel it in the head. Do you know what I mean? I feel what they feel before they passed. And we're talking about, okay, slow down, you guys. Generational curses and generational chains are the habits and behaviors that we pass down from generation to generation. Why? Because our children grow up and do what we do, not what we say, right? So there is an addiction gene that goes all the way up one side of the family. Is that dad's side of the family?
Yeah.
That's why your grandma's here too. You understand? It goes all the way up the side of the family. So what happens is that, see if you can follow this, is that when we incarnate here in the physical world, we are able to see all of our options. Think about each individual as a character, if you will, and we get to decide which character we want to play in this 3D physical video game in order to learn the lessons and evolve our consciousness where we want it to go. Are you following me?
Yep.
So your brother's soul was a soul, and your family line, no, let me say this better. Your family line is a family line that has been damaged through addiction and through these generational curses that have been passed down from generation to generation. Now, the only way that gets healed is if you have souls that are strong enough to incarnate into this family line and break that chain. And the way that we break the chains of generational dysfunction is through inspiration. And so what I mean by that is we have to be inspired to change. So with your brother's passing in this family line, you don't drink, do you? And I don't feel
Nope.
drugs on you. The
Nope.
consequence, see, that's what I mean. Your brother's soul incarnated in this lifetime to live the life that he did and to die the way that he died for a number of reasons. He needed to experience all of that for his soul's evolution, and you needed to have this experience of losing somebody to drugs and alcohol, and your family needed that experience so that they can start making different choices and decisions, because now they have people like you in the family that are able to operate outside of that addiction, so we can help the ones that are breaking the addiction. But it's like, what am I trying to say? Is that through your brother's passing, many members of your family have been inspired to break that addiction, right?
Yeah, on my mom's side, I have family members that have addictions that it really hit close to home for them. Um, Not so much on my dad's side. Most of them are passed away now. They died pretty young, just abusing drugs or alcohol.
Yes. So here's the thing, the fact that this impacted your family on your mom's side, they needed that though, right? I know that sounds bad. They needed death. Yes, they did. Because if you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always got. And if you got people that are ingesting things that are poisonous and killing them off, your family line is going to die out very, very soon. So we need some heroes to come into this family line that are strong enough, not just to be able to give their lives so that you guys can have that experience to be inspired to break that chain, but they need people like you that are strong enough to incarnate in this family line, knowing that you're going to lose your brother. Before you incarnated here, you knew that. It's something, that's why your mom's having the dream. You guys are working together. You and your brother, he gave his life and he's working together in the non-physical, and you're here in the physical reality, but you're still doing this together. You're still breaking this generational chain together. Your kids are not going to drink. You hear the dog barking in the background? That's spirit emphasis. Whenever you hear a ding, a bing, a bark, whatever, after you say something, that's spirit's way of emphasizing whatever you just said. That, and your brother has the dog and is giving you a dog. He's changing the subject now. Your brother has the dog on the other side and he's giving you a dog. How do you understand that?
So a couple months after he passed away, I had this annoying min pin chihuahua. He was my baby, and Billy really didn't care. Well, he said that he didn't care for him because he tried scaring my daughter one time in the dark, and Diesel bit him so bad that he needed stitches. And I said, "Well, it's your fault, dogs. That's the dog's instinct. He's to protect my kids." And he would never say that it was his fault. And that was my oldest daughter's dog. And my brother always had a sweet tooth and he always had ice cream. And Savannah wanted a bowl of ice cream, and Billy would tease her that she traded that dog for a bowl of ice cream. Well, he passed away. Well, we actually had to put him down. They said that he might have had a brain tumor or dementia. He was getting very vicious. And he went to go snap at my youngest daughter's face. So we had to put him down, and we wanted to put some ashes of Diesel's with Billy. We just haven't got a chance to. And I always told the girls, well, it's okay. Billy already has Diesel. It's
Yes.
fine. That was always his dog.
So now you can let them know that Uncle Billy definitely has the dog. And not only does he have the dog, he's trying to convince mom to get them a new dog because he's giving
They
them
already got a dog.
yeah. Because he's
He's
showing
got
me
a
the
dog.
new puppy. He's like, not only do I have this dog, but I sent you a new one. That's from me. Just so you, not me, him. He's taking credit for that. Your brother needs you to know that he's at peace on the other side now and that he's really proud of you. And I feel like your husband, are you married?
Yes.
Thank God, because that would be awkward. Because he's like, you and him. I am so proud of the both of you, and I love you both so much. He's so grateful to your husband for supporting you the way that he has. Like, I feel like your husband is your rock. You guys are very close, hey?
Yep. Yep.
That's something your brother admires you for. I don't think he was ever able to have that kind of relationship with somebody. And I think that's possibly because of his addiction and his just choices and stuff. But
Yep.
here's the thing I want you to understand is that, remember how I said that your brother's soul came here to live a life of addiction and die from addiction? That's what he came here to do. There's a reason. I want you to understand something is that now that you are here and you are living a life that is free of addiction, what that does is your brother was not strong enough to beat that addiction in the physical way, in the physical world. His soul didn't know what to do. He didn't have the skills. He didn't have the knowledge, the wisdom, any of that to be able to fix it. But I want you to see how this works now. Now that you're here in the physical world, I call it like, well, we'll just say here, you're in the physical world. Your brother's here now. He's watching above you. He's above you, and he's living life vicariously with you. So wherever you go, he goes. Whatever you learn, he learns. When the family members around, and that goes for the rest of your family members. So as they break that addiction, he's learning up here. Up here is instantaneous love, light, and peace. He's in love, light, and peace. So now that he's in love, light, and peace, he can learn how to break that addiction through other people's lives, through everything that you do. It's like aha moments on the other side. He's like, aha, oh, that's how you do it. Oh, I see. Do you know what I mean? So
Yep.
that what's going to happen is the next life that he lives here, he'll probably go right back into a life of addiction. But in that life, he will have the soul memory that he can heal it, that he can fix it. He will have the soul memory, not conscious memory, but a soul memory that will inspire within him the desire and the ability to be able to heal it. Does that make sense? He couldn't learn those things here in the physical world because he was too hurt and too broken. So he couldn't get to peace that way. So now that he's in the spirit world and he's in pure love, light, and peace, now he can learn those lessons so that he can utilize them the next time he comes here. He wants to wish somebody a happy birthday right now. He just gave you the red rose, which is birthday anniversary or a date that happens once a year. I feel like I'm going to the kids.
It was my birthday on the 11th and my mom's birthday yesterday.
Oh, so that's why I feel like I'm going to the kids. This is coming from your dad. He's butting in here again. Because I feel somebody giving it to the soul underneath of them. So if it's your birthday and gotcha. Hold on. When you said, so now dad's coming back into the conversation again. He's like, that's enough. You're not leaving me out anymore. I'm here. And they put the heart around both you and mom, which is my symbol for healing and reconnection. Have you guys gotten closer recently, or are you together more now than you were before? What does that mean? Why is he saying there's healing and reconnection around you and mom?
No, not really. Like if anything, like we're not close. Like we talk every day, but we were closer when she lived here. Could it
Is
mean
he doing
somebody
this?
else?
No.
Could it?
See me doing this? I'm trying
Yeah.
to figure out what it means, and you see my hands up like this because the reason why they're like this while you're talking is because your dad's showing me this is you, this is mom, and then he's putting the heart between the two of you, which is healing and reconnection. So I think what he's trying to say is he knows that you feel a little separated from mom and not as close as you were. And what has the theme been tonight? Ask and you shall receive. Ask dad to get you those visitation or to get you guys closer, to give her a trip to see you or for you to see her. Ask for that to be easier, to make it possible, and he will help align that in your world. Does that make sense?
Yep.
And then healing, he's still doing this. So this is my symbol for struggle or challenge in a relationship. And I see the heart going around you. Do you have a sister as well?
I have a brother. Actually, like we didn't talk for almost a year, and then my other brother passed. And we kind of talked, just, hey, how are you, checking in on each other. Me and him both were going through therapy, and then he just said that he needed time to heal, and I can text you and say happy birthday, but I said, you know what, no, I can't, I got to protect my kids. If you're not all in, then see ya. And yesterday he actually reached out to my mom and said, hey, I just wanted to say happy birthday, and I love you, but I can't connect right now and have a relationship. I need time to heal. So I don't know if that's.
Yeah, let me tell you, this is what your dad's and your brother are talking about, is they're putting that heart around you guys. And this is why I felt sibling. And they want you guys to heal and reconnect. Here's the thing. Slow that down. Can I don't know if this is coming from me or from them. I just have this huge desire to give you a piece of advice. I've been doing this work a long time. And there's one thing that I know for sure, and that is hurt people hurt people. Not because they want to. Think about the last time that you stubbed your toe or something, and then somebody comes up and is like, are you okay? You're like, fuck, or whatever. You say something mean.
Yep.
Because when you're hurting, that's what you spill whatever is in. I know you love your brother. If he's hurting, give him time to heal before you require his presence. Because if you take that time away that he's trying to separate himself until he knows he's good, that's him trying to separate himself so he doesn't do something or say something he's going to regret, because he doesn't want to hurt you. Don't take that as a rejection. This is why I say I don't know if I think this is coming a little bit from them and a little bit from me doing this work for a long time. Give your brother that time away to heal. Don't take that as a rejection. I don't feel that as a rejection. I feel that as your brother not wanting to hurt the family any more than they've already been hurt. And he knows he's in a state of hurting and that he may lash out. He may say something he regrets and he doesn't want to make it worse. Do you see what I'm saying? Your
Yep.
dad's saying this too shall pass, and you guys are going to heal and come back together. Slow that down. And on another note, on a happier note, I'm seeing like marshmallows. Literally marshmallows.
It might be. We were talking about really weird. So my mom moved away, and Johnny, my other brother, really didn't talk to us much. So me and Billy, like Billy lived with us, and we were really close. And I've just been like, I don't know, kind of not wanting to do the holidays much. And Chad, he sent me like this recipe for this homemade hot chocolate, and he wanted to do hot chocolate. And I was like, why did you send me this? And he's like, well, I thought it would be fun for the girls. And like, I'm like, well, I really just want to just get away. I don't even want to be here for Christmas. And then my middle child, Maya, she's always uh, looking to make things a little bit brighter. She goes, oh, we can add marshmallows to it. And then we got talking about how Billy would like that. And that might be it.
Might be. That's extremely specific about what you guys are talking about. Let me tell you, they hear everything you're saying, and when you talk about them, they're there. When you say their name, they're there. You say Uncle Billy would like marshmallows, he's like, darn straight Uncle Billy wants marshmallows. And so when you connect with a medium, he's like, marshmallows, tell them I want marshmallows. But I'm the medium, I'm not there for that conversation. I have no freaking idea why I'm telling you marshmallows. But they are telling me to tell you that because it's in response to what you guys were saying to them. You see what I'm saying? And on top of that, have the hot chocolate. Celebrate their energy. Celebrate them. Don't, here's the thing. A lot of times when somebody passes, we stop doing the things we used to do because with them, because we say things like, oh, I can't have Christmas without them. I can't celebrate without them. I can't go there without them. I can't, if you used to race cars together, it's like, I can never race cars again. You know what happens? Then you don't feel them with you anymore. It's like they die in multiple ways in your life and they suck all the joy out of everything. That's not what they want for you. When you do the things you used to do with them after they pass, they show up. Their energy shows up. Miracles start happening. They align synchronicity and coincidence in your world so that you can't not mistake their presence. Do you see what I'm saying? You will
Yeah.
find times, I keep seeing the butterflies. He's transformed on the other side. Your brother's showing me the butterflies, dragonflies. He wants the dragonflies, not the sissy shit. Excuse my language. No butterflies, dragonflies symbolize luck and transformation. Tattoo. Have you got the tattoo? Did he just pass? When did he pass?
So he passed January 28th. I did get a tattoo. I used to always tease him that he was fissy because he only had one tattoo with his ex-girlfriend. I wanted to get kind of something like his. I knew I wanted to get it on the wrist where he had, and I wanted to get an infinity with Billy. And I thought, like, I don't want it. Like, we were on our way to Windsor. Chad was driving me there. And I said, he had scratch tickets because he worked out in BC. So he was waiting till he was going to BC. So he had these old scratch tickets, but he already signed them. So I got his signature on my wrist.
Aw, I love that. So he was there for that. He saw all that, but he's also been sending you a number of other signs throughout the summer. But it feels like there's some things, like, I don't know if you guys didn't normally go camping and we didn't go camping, so you missed all the dragonflies. There's some things you didn't do that you used to do and there's some, if you don't know what a sign means, then you can't read it. You know what I mean? So
Yep.
if you didn't know that dragonflies and butterflies are him, then you won't know how to piece that together at the exact right moment, at the exact right time, you know what I mean? There's no such
Yep.
thing as fluke, random, or chance. And when those messages show up are just as important as the message itself. Loves those girls and wants you to know that is there two? Because I see 2 + 1, and I don't know what this means.
3 girls.
Okay.
3 girls.
Are there 2 closer together, like closer in age?
So Maya and Savannah are my oldest ones. I wouldn't say he had favorites. It's just they were closer because when he passed, Savannah was 12 and Maya was she was 7. No, 8. And then Rory, I just had her in May, and then he got to meet her in July, and then he went back to BC, and then so he only like saw her for maybe like 4 months of her life.
Got ya. That's why he separates them, like these two and then the one here, because these two knew him and remembered him so much more than the other one does.
Yes.
But here's the thing, he's watching over all of them. You know that shotgun? He's like, oh, we get to have shotguns up here. This is so cool. He's got their backs. He put one of them in like a little tutu. Like, is the little one like little? Like, is she still
She's 18 months.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's putting her in like little dresses and tutus, and he's like, or something, and it's saying, enjoy it while it lasts. Maybe she's not going to be a dress kind of kid as she gets older.
So we wanted a boy. We tried for a boy, me and my husband. Our kids, they hunt, they fish, they dirt bike. So that's probably what he means. Before Billy passed, he got the girls pellet guns for their birthdays and
He's
stuff like
bragging about
that.
the gun.
Yep.
He's not missing a beat, sweetie. He's watching over everything. He's seeing everything. And when you go on those hunts, make sure you ask him to go with you. Make sure you tell him to line it up for you. Make sure you tell him to send you a sign so big you can't miss it. Make sure you tell him to make his presence known so you all know he's there. And then what's going to happen is, instead of dreading the experience because you're going to miss him, you get excited for the experience, waiting for his presence to unfold because you don't know when it's going to show up or how it's going to develop. You just know he's going to show himself somehow, some way. Those moments become what you live for. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I can't hug you with my physical arms, but I can go hunting and tell you to line up the deer for me, and then watch that deer step right out in front of me and catch the biggest deer I've ever caught in my life. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
He's not gone. He's with Dad on the other side. They've connected with Grandma and all that family on the other side over there. And your brother is learning how to break generational curses and that addiction through every single one of you that are brave enough and have the courage enough to break it here in the physical world. Your mom had that dream because your dad was trying to tell her that the both of you incarnated in this world to help your family do this. We each have a different role in how we help that. It takes many different hands and many different roles to eliminate those kinds of challenges from a family line. But he's very grateful for your strength and your courage, and wanting to, again, just reassure you guys that his life wasn't in vain. It matters. He needed this experience so he can learn how to overcome this experience, and so you can all learn how to overcome it, and you're all doing this together. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Right. And then as he's pulling his energy back, he gave you puppy pads. Did your dog just pee on the floor?
She peed on my daughter's bed. And
Okay.
I was so angry because it was a new bed, but I had a mattress cover. So I was like, thank God it saved this mattress. And I told Savannah, I said, you got to do something with your dog and train it, or she's gone, because I'm not dealing with this. She's not going to pee all over my furniture. So she's been good for the past couple of days, but she did that.
So your brother knows that you're having this dog pee issue because as he's pulling his energy back, he's like, oh, by the way, give her some of these. It's not missing a beat. I can't know that. Okay, I'm gonna let them pull their energy back. I hope
Thank you
that's
so much.
You're welcome, hun. Amy, it's really cute the whole time that I'm talking to everybody else. It's your nephew on the other side, right? He just keeps jumping up onto your lap like over and over again. I'm hearing you read out loud. I don't think you're reading nursery rhymes or anything, but he's talking about loving to hear the sound of your voice. Have you been doing a lot of reading lately?
No, I did the thing where I had to read in court, which was hard. But other than that, I have like a million books and I just keep buying more, and I've yet to read the ones that I have.
Got ya. And they're not like children's books, right? They're
No.
just normal books. All I know is that he's trying to encourage you by telling you he loves the sound of your voice. And whether you're reading in your head because he hears your thoughts, or whether you're reading out loud.
Okay, so I have like always wanted to write a book, and I just never knew what to write about. I like would go back and forth on all of these things. And then all of my friends make a joke about it. They're like, your life is a Lifetime movie. Like, nobody would believe it. If you were on TV right now, they would be like, what? And I was like, you're right. And so all this stuff happened, and it's not publicized. It's not anywhere. She's in prison now, any of that. And so I was just like, you know what? Maybe I should just write about the last 5 years of my life when everything changed with my MS and
So
the
that's why he's
murder.
saying it's not a children's book, but hey, you're writing it in your head already because he can hear your thoughts.
Yeah, I thought about it.
Something with the keyboard needs to be fixed, or we need a better keyboard, or there's something about I can't type it for till we get fix the keyboard.
I don't have a computer.
Oh, well, I guess that would be what's wrong with the keyboard. You need one.
Yeah, I keep looking. I look all the time and I'm just like, oh, maybe.
He wants to send it to you because he wants you to write that book. And when you write that book, he's going to help you write it, and you guys will be doing it together, and it's going to be really healing for you and the rest of the family. He's giving you gingerbread men.
Oh my God. I want to cry. So we have all this Christmas stuff out right now because I work in retail. And there was a Paw Patrol gingerbread house, and I was thinking about buying it so that me, my sister, and my nephew could put it together.
See, that was him. He's like, I was there with you. I love that. And you remember when I said this is what I love, you guys. This is why I love the work that I do. There is no such thing as fluke, random, or chance. It's not an accident in the order that the messages come through. Set this down. Because we just delivered a message before that says, I want you to continue to do the activities that you used to do when I was here. And when you do the activities that you used to do with me, you're going to feel my presence. And I'm going to be able to align things so that you will feel my presence. He was too. So you wouldn't go and put together a Paw Patrol gingerbread house unless you're doing that with him in spirit.
Yeah.
So he knows that. And when you do that, you guys are going to feel his presence. You're going to feel his love. You're going to feel the joy. And it's going to feel, he's very grateful for that because he's like, see, I'm not missing a thing. Every year, he's like, next year I'll be 3 so I can have the bigger boy stuff. And as he gets older, you can get the older gingerbread houses because his soul is still growing on the other side. He's not missing this Christmas. He's like, I'm not missing this Christmas. Still do the traditions that you used to do with me because I'm going to show up. Oh, what's your husband's name? Uncle what?
Josh.
Uncle Josh has stinky feet.
Yes, he does.
What does that mean? Were we just talking about that? Did he just take off his shoes? Why did he say that?
Oh no, I don't even know. I sometimes go through his videos, but I have of him, and I have one where he's eating his toast, and I'm like, "Don't eat your toast, Timmy. They're stinky." And he's gonna eat them, and I'm like, "Don't eat them, don't eat them." He just puts them in his mouth anyway. But Josh's feet do stink, and it's just funny the relationship they had because whenever I would hand Timmy to Josh, he would cry his head off and want to be back in my arms immediately. But he would smile at him and stare at him. He just didn't want him to hold him.
His Uncle Josh has stinky feet. That's what I heard. But he's not leaving him out. He knows he's there. So it's like his way of saying hi. He's giving you guys jujubes. Jujubes. Like, do you know what jujubes are?
Uh-uh.
I'm so old. Little gummy candies. Do you know what I
Oh
mean?
my God, I do. Juju's, yes. I pictured it as soon as you said it.
Yeah, and he gave them to Uncle Josh, did you say?
It's a chewy candy. He's loving candy.
He's been eating a lot of candy lately.
Yeah, so today or the other day, yesterday, I started Christmas shopping. So I got some chocolate I'm doing little baskets and stuff. And he was like, nah, I shouldn't have the candy. And I'm like, yeah, no.
Timmy disagrees because he tastes whatever you taste, and we got a 2-year-old on the other side going, okay, ask for jujubes, ask for gingerbread. He's guiding you guys down all of the sweets aisle. Tell my mom that I'm gonna help get what the gift my brother really wants. There's something his brother's been asking for, and mom doesn't know how she's gonna get it or if she can get it, and he's like, I can help with that.
Yeah, he wants a PS5.
You weren't supposed to say it. I wasn't allowed to say it because
Oh.
he doesn't want his brother to hear this.
All right, I'll tell Tina to not let him watch it.
Because I knew it was a game system. But he's
Yeah.
like, don't ruin the surprise. Just tell him I'm going to help with that because mom doesn't know if she can afford that, if she can get it. You know what I mean? But I'm going to help with
Yeah.
that.
We're gonna figure it out.
Timmy's already got it done. It is already done. Thank him for lining you up with it because it's already done. And then when it lines up, then you can show him this message after Christmas. Remember the date. And there's another reason why they saved you till the very end, because it makes it easy to scroll right to the end, either first or last, so that you can find your reading really easy. He's got it all worked out. My brother's lazy. He doesn't want to watch the rest of it. He only wants to watch his. So after Christmas, you take him back here. When you give him that PS5 and you say, Timmy helped with this. This is from Timmy. You go, want to see the reading that proves it? Timmy lined this up, and you can tell them the story, because I don't know what it's going to be now, but I do know that there is a story that is going to develop that will go beyond mathematical ability to be fluke, random, or chance, that will prove Timmy helped bring that Christmas present to his big brother. Make sense? And then he's like, and don't forget the snowman. When the snow comes, don't forget the snowman. He wants a snowman too. The whole bit. The scarf, the hat, the carrot nose, everything he didn't get a chance to do yet.
It'll happen.
I think you guys are getting snow soon. Do you have a bunch of snow wherever you are right now?
There's nothing right now, but there is a winter advisory coming in. So
Where are you?
in New York.
Oh, wow. See, and I can't know that. I'm in Calgary. All I know is he's showing me incoming snow. When they send all that snow, make a snowman.
You got it.
Aw. He said, thanks for telling my mom that I love her. Thanks for telling my mom I'm here. I think you've been reminding her, you've been just reassuring her and reminding her again and again, because he's like, thank you for reminding her I'm here. Because I feel her, I can't even imagine. I can feel the broken heart. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I was literally just talking to my mom about that. I said, I feel like I lost my own kid, and I didn't spend every day with him. I wasn't his little sidekick all day, every day. Like, she had him all the time, and she lost her little best friend.
No, didn't lose him. He just went into the
No.
invisible world. He just curled up on her lap. He's like, I'm right here. And he's talking about her hair and putting out the cigarette. She smokes, right?
Yeah.
The way you say that, it's like, he's like, that's how we all feel. Cut it out. And then he's showing me the hair. Did she just get a haircut?
No, I don't think she did.
Something about her hair. He wants her to know it's beautiful. He loves it just the way it is. So either she's cut it or colored it, or she's thinking of cutting it or coloring it or feeling bad about how it is. I don't know. I just know he's referencing the hair.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's, yeah.
6-7 years in a row.
Okay. As he pulls his energy back, I see the gentleman. He kind of goes right to the gentleman back there. I think that's the grandfather. I'm not sure if it's his grandfather or your grandfather. What the heck?
It might be my Uncle Rich. I wanted to talk to him.
Ah, and I never asked you what your focus was. I'm
I
sorry.
love Timmy.
I mean, Timmy's energy is so strong, and I just assumed, right? Right there. So, but I love that they know that you wanted to talk to him, because as he pulls his energy back, he goes and crawls up in this man's energy. And I'm like, who is this here? And if you say uncle, my face is getting very itchy when you say that, which is disfiguration, or I did not look in death the way I did in life. You understand that?
Hmm.
His energy is a lot louder. Let me tell you that. Did he smoke as well? Because I can smell cigarette smoke around him too. And I can hear the like, I feel like somebody's like hacking up 3 lungs. He's like, hey, kid. Oh, the love coming from this man. It doesn't change. It just gets stronger on the other side. You guys were pretty close, hey? Everything that was said here, I know we didn't focus a lot on what's coming up in your world, he said, but just know that everything that was said here was just as much for you as it was for everybody else. Ask for what you need. Thank them for bringing it to you, even though it's not here yet. And get excited to watch the unfoldment of the miracle you've asked for. And we all know what that is.
Yeah.
Have you been exploring more options too? Have you been looking into the possibility of adoption or surrogacy or something like this? Because I see new doors opening up around this child.
So I did consider all of that, but I've actually just taken the steps to try myself. And so I've been given the green light, and I think I've done everything that I'm supposed to at this point. And I given by my doctor to just start trying, that will be perfectly fine.
All I know is when we talk about this, your uncle's showing me all these doors of opportunity opening. So that tells me you've made some new choices and decisions in your world that have opened new doors. So either you're considering new options, or you've done some new health choices that are opening these doors. Something about fertility as well. Are you taking fertility medication?
So I'm taking prenatals because my doctor wanted me to start those already. And then she told me to download this app that tracks your period and when it's the best time to conceive and stuff like that, based off of just all those questions and stuff like that.
Let me tell you this, when you conceive is from the first date of your period until about 10 days after your period. Between those times, I'm telling you right now, that's when you get pregnant. See, look at the pregnant ladies like, damn, trust me. But here's the other
Well,
thing.
that's as it literally says I'm good to go tomorrow to start.
Yes, listen to me. Here's the thing, a week before your period, you can have all the fun you want and you're not going to get pregnant no matter how hard you try. It's a week after your period. It's those days during your period and after your period that you are the most fertile. That's when the egg is coming down.
Wretch.
What?
I said, yeah, it's literally set up as like the next 10 days.
Your uncle's like, you're welcome. So, oh my God, leave it to him. He sounds like a fun character. He's like, just so you know, uncle's here. And he's telling me what you guys are doing for the next 10 days. And he's like, that's so bizarre. I've never noticed that before. I have to take a picture of this because you guys can't see it. I look down and I'm like, is that a freaking baby bottle? How is there a baby bottle on this? Okay, so you see this tapestry thing behind me? I have one of those things on my desk because it's an old desk. And so I covered it up with one of those tapestry things. There's no baby bottles on it. It's freaking feathers. But I look down and I'm like, why am I seeing a baby bottle? I've never seen this baby bottle on this before. I'm taking a picture to show you guys. It's a part of a feather. It's not it's a part of like a crystal gem or something. But it looks just like a baby bottle. Tell me I'm crazy. Does that look like a baby bottle?
Yeah.
I need to take another picture here. Hold on. See my messy desk, but I want you to see that this is like feathers and crystals. This is not a baby bottle, but the fact that I saw a baby bottle. Can you see the feathers and the crystals and stuff?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Isn't that neat? I'm telling you, this baby's incoming. This baby's incoming. Did your uncle have a mustache as well?
He would sometimes have facial hair, but mostly he was pretty clean with it.
I'm seeing a big bushy mustache. Was he married?
Yes.
Because what he just said to me is, I'm like, well, why are you sporting the mustache on the other side? He's like, because she can't tell me that I'm not allowed to. That's why. Feel like his wife didn't like it.
She probably didn't.
Like, I'll shave when she gets here, which isn't going to be for a while. If she wants me to, if she's not remarried by then, which I think she might already be, is she in a new relationship?
No, my aunt had died and she died too.
Interesting. So they're not hanging out together. That's interesting. Let me bring this up. So he's got something to say about this. And it feels funny and comical. It doesn't feel like a bad thing. It's not like they're not together. Do you know what I mean? There's humor in this message, and I feel love. I'm not feeling pain and negativity.
I thought of some things just now.
Okay.
There was a woman here that my family is very close with, who's still alive, who I think like was always like in love with my Uncle Rich. Not really sure.
When you said that, I smirk and I laugh because then I see your grandma, or no, not your grandma, your aunt, whoosh, right here. All of a sudden, she's front and center when you say that. And your uncle is like, yeah, see, make sure she knows that I got the mustache. It looks like Tom Selleck. And she's like, no, you don't. You look like a 70s porn star. Okay. They've got this banter back and forth. I'm telling you, it is funny.
Oh no, they were my favorite. I only got to see them like during holidays and stuff because they live in Texas.
So this was their personality together.
Yes.
I'm telling you, it's loud and proud on the other side. This is why they're not standing there holding hands, because they wouldn't be holding hands if they were in the physical world together. And your uncle's teasing you about how he can do what he like on the other side now, and she can't tell him not to. And even if she's there, this is the fact that he's sporting a mustache is why he ain't getting no kisses on the other side, which is probably why he's like flirting with the living people that are still here. Oh, goodness sake. He's like, if you think I'm funny here, you should have seen me when I was here in the physical world. This man has a good ego. He's like telling me how everybody loved him.
Yes. He was amazing.
You see how quickly
He
he
is.
corrected
He
that?
was the only one who could handle my dad. And that's why I wanted him to come through, because I don't know what to do anymore.
Ooh, when you say that, my chest just about congests. Like I feel like my heart is breaking. I can't breathe. All my energy seizes up, and then my head hurts. So your dad's in a disconnected negative space, hey?
Oh, it's so bad.
At first, I was wondering if he was sick, but no, he's just determined to be miserable.
Yeah. Like my dad's always been kind of an ass, but it got 1,000 times worse when Timmy got murdered. And it's this huge cycle. And at first it was like the divorce with my mom, and now my mom living with me, and now the holidays are coming, and then him speaking badly just so much is going on, and like I'm trying to distance myself from all of it, but then I feel bad. I just want to make sure that I'm making the right decisions, not just for me, but for everyone.
Yes, you are, sweetie. It's called loving from a distance. It's one of the hardest things that you have to do. But it's one of the most important things that you have to do. It's one of the things that has been the biggest struggle for me. Well, as you know, I grew up in a really abusive family. And then when I was 16 and 7 months pregnant, my mom had a brain aneurysm. She didn't die though. She lived. And she's got some brain injuries and she was never quite normal again. However, she still has that. I swear my mom's multiple personality. So there's certain triggers that can happen that will trigger her into this really dramatically negative person. And I feel that same kind of energy when you talk about your dad, is that, and that doesn't mean that they have multiple personalities. It means that sometimes there is a trigger that comes in and we react the same way we've always reacted. It's a trigger. Do you see what I mean? And it can trigger this mood, this violent mood, because hurt people hurt people. Now, you remember the other lady saying that her brother was saying he needed space because he needed healing, and I was like, please give him the space, give him the benefit of the doubt, because he doesn't want to hurt you. Your dad doesn't want to. He's not asking for space because he doesn't think that he doesn't have the wisdom to know that to stay away so he doesn't hurt you, but he wants to love you. He doesn't want to hurt you, but he doesn't have the wisdom to deal with his pain and trauma in a way that is healthy. He doesn't have the wisdom like this lady's brother has and the self-control to say, okay, I'm going to step back from this until I am in a healthier state. But he's what I would call, you see somebody that's drowning. When somebody's drowning, they're in like that panicked, flailing state.
Yeah.
And they will take down anyone that is around them. People will jump in to save them and they will be pulled down with them. Not because the drowning person wants to kill or take down the person trying to save them, but because they're in instant panic. You got to learn to love from a distance. This is what I had to learn to do with my mom. Just because somebody is flailing in pain when somebody is flailing in pain and we can't get close enough to help them, doesn't mean we stop loving them. I call it's like the tiger at the zoo. You might love the tiger at the zoo, but you don't go into the zoo and jump into the cage with the tiger at the zoo, because it will eat you and bite you and hurt you. So you love from outside the cage, from the boundaries that are safe. So sometimes in relationships with people, when you know they're in a state of pain where hurt people are hurting people, you just take yourself out of the physical vicinity for them to hurt you, and you love from a distance. So the way that I did that was I would, for example, there was a number of years that I couldn't be with my mom on the holidays because there's too much turmoil. And to this day, there's a number of years I still can't be with her because of the turmoil that goes on with my family, and they won't let me. You know what I mean? Or all of those things. So what I do is I send her flowers, and I send her a letter beforehand, or I'll send her some cookies, or I just had her over here last weekend to bake Christmas cookies and do Christmas crafts and stuff. And then I send her home. I had her here when my young children weren't here, so that there's no triggers that are going to spur the punch in the head. Do you know what I mean? Not that she's still that violent person that she was back then, but she has those tendencies in there. So you have to be careful. You say the wrong thing at the wrong moment. And that's how you feel about dad too, right? Everyone's got to tiptoe eggshells around him, because if somebody triggers.
I don't tiptoe.
But other people do.
Sugarcoat, but everyone else around me is. And so I very much expressed how I felt to my dad about what he's doing with his life choices and whatnot. But again, it's my opinion. He's a full-grown man who can do as he pleases. It's just he's doing everything wrong. And it's
So here, Here's
It's affecting Christina because she lives there. And Thanksgiving, I bowed out and I was like, I can't be there. And I feel bad for that. I feel guilty for that.
so it's not meant for you to feel guilty for. So here's the thing, Christina needs to leave that environment.
I know.
And, but we don't leave our comfort zone when we're comfortable. We have to be inspired to leave our comfort zone. So it's got to, how much does it have to hurt before she's willing to walk away? And she doesn't have to walk away from the relationship. She has to walk away from the being inside the cage with him. Do you understand? So don't feel guilty or bad that, see, God is not feeling bad about inspiring her. It has to get worse so it can get better. Because if it doesn't get worse, she's never going to be inspired to take the actions that need to be taken for it to get better. This too shall pass. If she focuses on what she needs, then she will be able to get out of there. I feel like it's about money and finances and things like that. So what your uncle is saying, because he's speaking now, is that she's not as stuck as she thinks she is. She's just focused on the pain, that she's been marinating in pain for a long time. And that environment with your dad feels like pain. It matches where she is. So she's got to take herself out of Shit River. That I call that space Shit River. She's got to take herself out of that and go do something that feels like joy, that feels like happiness. She's got to tell Timmy, she's got to tell your uncle, she's got to tell your loved ones on the other side what she needs. Don't say, well, I can't have my own house because I can't afford it. Say, I need a house I can afford. Don't say, I can't have this and because it's not available. Say, show me where it is. Show me how to get it. Show me what I need to do. Show me, help me, guide me, lead me there. But you've got to ask for it the way that you want it to develop. Christina's been stuck in pain for a while, but don't you dare feel sorry for her for a second, because I don't feel sorry for her. She's a warrior. That woman incarnated into this life as a strong enough soul to go through the physical experience of losing a child. My soul would not have been strong enough for that. So she is not a weak soul, and God's not going to allow her to see herself as a weak soul. And so she has to see herself as strong so that she can do these things. And when she overcomes that hurdle and takes herself out of that situation, then Grandpa's going to stop hurting her. And when he stops hurting her, then she's going to stop feeling hurt and she'll be able to feel more joy. And Grandpa's not going to feel the guilt of hurting her because he doesn't want to hurt her in the first place. He's just angry and sad and frustrated. And we've got this repeating pattern of hurt and pain going over and over and over again. And that's never going to end until she takes herself out of that, puts herself into an environment that is happy and joyful, and puts all her focus on that happy and joyful thing. One thing, that's all you need. Put your focus on that one thing. Bake in that energy for a little while. Come tell her to have a week's vacation with you for a week or whatever. Go somewhere for a week and get away from it. And then once she puts all her focus into that other energy of happiness and joy, then everything else will start changing to match the vibration of happiness and joy. And make sure she asks for what she needs. Because I feel like she's been focusing on the why does it hurt so much? It's never going to end. It always hurts so much. And I get that. I can't even imagine. But you got to ask for what you need. And remember that she's a warrior. She is absolutely a warrior.
I know that.
Remind her that that's how her son feels about her, and that's how your loved ones on the other side feel about her. And if she can see herself through that or from that way, this too shall pass so quick. It's not even funny. But they can't align her with something that's waiting for her, her destiny, if she's over here waiting around in Shit River, not believing that her destiny is possible. It's got to hurt bad enough so that she's inspired to get out of her comfort zone, to take the risk. And when she does, everything she's asked for will just show up. And then he gave her watermelons. I know you don't know because it's not your life, right? But You know what it means? No.
No, I
You
just
put
think it's fun.
watermelons in her fridge.
So weird.
What?
You can ask her after what that means. But he just put watermelons in her fridge, and I feel like just extra fruit.
Maybe just better, better food.
Feels like it's a direct response to something that has happened or was said in the room when she was there. Um, is there an argument over food and what's going in the fridge or the groceries that are being bought?
There probably could be. My dad's a character.
All I know is they're filling her fridge with, yes, watermelons, but more importantly, fresh fruit, fresh vegetables, fresh stuff. They're loading up the fridge. And I'm like, what the heck is that about? He's like, we got you back. Ask for what you need. We'll line it up for you.
She's cooking Thanksgiving dinner.
Don't forget the fruit. I think she needs fruit. It's more specific. There's literally fruit and watermelons.
Can I ask you to read a card for me?
Yes. What's the subject?
What's to come within the next couple months?
What's your focus? Well, duh, babies.
Yeah.
It's like,
Not
duh,
gonna lie.
I'm seeing baby bottles on my feather tapestry. Like, I think babies are your focus, my girl. Show me what's well, don't even
I'm
start.
super happy for Caitlin. I love that she was back again. And I was like, oh, yay, update.
That you guys come. Oh my God, you asked what's coming up. Look at this. And she's here synchronizing. She's pregnant. She's like one step ahead of you. But look at what just came through. You said what's the next couple of months about? Is about manifestation. The magician is the manifestation card. It's asking what you and you shall receive. What do magicians do? Voila, abracadabra. You see what I'm saying? What are we manifesting? This is another manifestation card. It's about the Four of Swords is literally, you see this guy, he's lying on his bed and he's vibrationally creating through thoughts and prayer what he wants. This is not a card of action and everything happening right now. It's a card of planning and everything being manifested right now. What's going on for you the next couple of months is that you are manifesting what you've been waiting for. You've been doing this vibrational creation for a while, and now over the next couple of months, it's time to put it into practical action. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else want a card before I'm done? Caitlin, I feel like I'm supposed to pull one for you. Everybody wants one, hey? Okay. All right. So what's your focus, though? Give me a focus so I know how to interpret the card. I know which category it's coming up.
I'll do the same. What's coming in the next couple months, I guess, just with school and daycare.
What's your focus? What's her focus? You can't make this up. Yours is the same but different. Same card freaking fell out. Literally. You are in a same but different spot. You are manifesting the future, right? For you and your kids, the one that's in your belly and the one that's already here. You are manifesting the future with your school and all of that, right? But the card that came up with yours is the moon card. Is that the thing about this is something, the moon card is something that you can't see. It's like being in a fog. You can only see what's right in front of you. This pregnancy, boo, jumped right. You didn't see this one coming, did ya? And it's like,
Sure didn't.
so this is like you are manifesting through something that you didn't even see coming. And you still can't see exactly how this is all going to develop going forward. You're taking each day at a time and manifesting the most positive that you can with each day, considering that you can't see what is around the next corner and that you felt, oh, I love this. You felt this big burden. It's been really hard. Because the 10 of Wands is like, you see how heavy those look? I've been carrying this journey for a while. But look what's at the other end of it. The Lover's card. This is a choice of the heart. That's what the Lover's card represents. It's not a person coming in your world. It's a choice of the heart. This baby is the Lover's card. You made a choice of the heart. And so your job and what's your focus is coming in the next 2 months is manifesting a life for you and your kids that is going to be beneficial moving forward, because you have this this situation that you didn't see coming. So now you have to figure out how to manifest it and fit it into your world with vibrational creation. Cool.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, who's next? Becky, what did you want me to focus on?
Kind of the same thing, like what's coming in the next couple months. 2 weeks ago, I got told that I was kind of getting a promotion come March. And then I ended up getting laid off from them, and the position is still available come March. But now there's another job that I kind of have been eyeing, trying to get, and then things with my brother, like, will things unfold?
Well, let's do work. What's coming up on the focus with work? I really feel like the thing what's going on, I want to say this before I pull the card, is that what I think is going on with your work, losing a job, getting another offer of a job, losing a job, all this, that's your vibration changing. When you're in a vibration of knowing and appreciation and gratitude and faith, that's the word I'm looking for. When you're in a vibration of faith, you see opportunities start bubbling up. When the fear takes over, they go away again. That's what's going on. That's happening so that you can see that your emotional vibration directly affects how everything in your world shapes up around you. So let's see what's coming up for work. Work, work, work. Show me. Shut up! You saw me sitting here shuffling the heck out of these cards, right?
Yep.
Guys, you can't make this shit up. I'm sorry for swearing, but you can't make this up. Your focus for work is manifesting what you want. But the card that comes up for you is about taking action. The Page of Wands takes a new action in a new way, doing things differently than you've done before. This is, you understand?
It's actually funny that you say this, because like I said about, like, I was given that job opportunity, and then now I'm kind of like, do I really want to work for a company that's going to let me go 4 months without a paycheck, knowing I have multiple kids? There's another job that I want. And for some reason, the career, I applied back before, and it wasn't letting me apply for this job. And it kept on showing like I'm applying for other positions in different towns. So I actually went above and I messaged HR, and I emailed HR, and I'm like, why is it not letting me message? And she's like, oh, okay, so it's because you applied back in August, but I am going to forward it to the manager. That happened today. I kind of went out of my comfort zone and did things a little bit differently.
Action. And what you did is you didn't listen to the boundaries. That's the whole point. Do you see what I'm saying? Whenever I do these lives, Spirit has a theme and a message. And your message is meant for every single other person here, and their message was meant for you. That's why the same damn card keeps coming up, right? You get that, Bobby? Because I know what card's coming up for you, too.
Yeah, I'm not even going to ask.
So, yours is that you didn't listen to the boundaries. You didn't say, well, this is not going to happen for me. And not just that. Remember with Amy's message before, we were saying that her sister had to hurt enough for her sister so she would be inspired to take a new action so that she could be exactly where she needs to be at the right place at the right time. Well, that's like with your work. You had to be restricted enough. You had to be stuck enough that you were inspired to go outside of the boundaries and take a new action. Look what's behind the new action. The gut instinct, Bobby. That's what was coming up around you too. That you have to use your gut instinct and take a new action to manifest what you want. That's so cool. Your focus, or what they said, your focus over the next couple of months, because this is what you guys are asking. What's my focus? What's going to be the focus? Is to manifest these new actions and to remember that there is no obstacles. There is no boundaries unless you put them there. If you ask for what you need, they will find another way. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Sometimes those obstacles are to redirect you so that you are in the right place at the right moment at the right time to get a hand up. And actually what they're showing me is the slingshot. So being prevented from being able to put your resume through pulled you back. But what that pulling back energy did is it catapults you forward so much faster than everyone else is going. Because you got pulled back, so you got all that force sending you forward now. That's why your resume goes directly to the manager. You got pulled back, right forward. Isn't that cool how they work? That's what I'm saying. Nothing is actually making you stuck or making you challenged. Everything is just lining you up at the right place, at the right moment, at the right time. Make sense?
Yep.
Awesome. Good luck with that job. And Bobby, I feel
Thank
like
you.
I know we already pulled cards for you, so I'm not going to pull them again because it's going to be the same damn card anyway. And the card behind that was the one that we did pull for you earlier, the intuition card. It's the same thing for you about work. Ask for what you need. Your dad said, that's not fair. Do I have to haunt you? No, you don't, sir. I'll just pull card. No problemo. He's good at that.
Well, yeah, look at your butterfly picture. They broke that.
Yes, they did. Oh, yeah, that was you. Can I tell that story? So this was a number
Yeah,
of
you
years
can.
ago. I was on my
Yeah, it was.
lives. I was reading for Bobby's dad. Oh, yeah, he certainly can haunt me, can he?
Yeah, that was
So-
at your old house.
Yes, my old house. So I was doing a live and I had, like you see in my decorations behind me, I had this glass butterfly picture and her dad, I don't even remember what the message was, but I was like, but I do remember that he emphasized it like very,
Oh no, it's because you were gonna say something and he didn't want you to say it. He wanted you to say it privately, so that's why he broke it.
you went, whoo, with this energy on me. And all I know is the picture frame behind me goes crash, smash everywhere. And it was on air. Everybody could see. Nothing touched it. It just, it was so bizarre. So yeah, I totally forgot about that, Bobby. But so you're right. Your dad is very good at hunting me. So we don't want that. So let's see what's coming up in Bobby's world for the next couple of months here. Let's see what's coming up. Fuck off. I'm sorry. Excuse my language. I'm not even going to move these cards. You guys just saw me doing this, right? Bobby, do you
Oh
see
my
that?
gosh. Yes. Oh my God.
Wow. Manifest it, girl. What are you looking for? And what is your husband looking for? A new job? There it is. New coin coming right in. Every single one of you got the same darn card, and every single one of you saw me shuffle those cards. When I tell you it's not an accident, you're all here, and these messages are for every single one of you, I'm telling you, manifest what you want. Visualize it, talk about it, thank your loved ones for bringing it to you, and then eagerly anticipate and enjoy the unfoldment of what you've asked for. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That was so cool. I can't not believe every single one of you, same exact freaking card. Wow. All right, you guys, I hope that this was as fun for you as it was for me. Thank you guys all for coming. And I'm going.
Thank you, Tracy. Have a wonderful evening.
You're welcome. I just want to remind you guys that Facebook will not let me upload my lives to them anymore. I have to upload it to YouTube and then post it on Facebook. They're just pulling out all the stops to try to stop me here, but I can still upload it to YouTube and then post it. So it'll be tomorrow that it'll be up because I got a number that I have to upload and download today because I've been working all day. But it should be up there by tomorrow.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, guys. Have an awesome rest of your day, okay?
You too.
Bye.
Thank
Bye,
you.
everyone.
Bye.